Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. I'm going to just straight say it, but I'm going to give you many reasons why. Let's get started. First up, the plot holes. The plot and the editing. The plot holes are really bad. The guy can grant wishes. It's the entire basis of the story is the monkey's paw. You don't know what a monkey's paw is, do you? Let me hook you up. The monkey's paw is like an artifact. It's like a legend. I think it started in 1900 with a play written in a book. And you've seen it on The Simpsons, where you make a wish, and every time they make a wish, the monkey's finger goes down. I wish to be rich, chunk. I wish to live forever. But everything you wish for has a dire, meaningful bit of retribution. It's like a little bit of payback, usually related to the wish you make. So the main character, spoilers probably coming ahead. Can't promise you I'm not going to spoil things. I'm probably going to spoil things. Doesn't matter. The movie sucks though. But if you are going to watch it and you are a fan, then don't watch this video. Either way, the villain or the businessman who wants to be able to make his son proud finds the monkey's paw, but he makes a really weird wish. So it's a cool idea. He wishes that the monkey's paw would become him, that he gets to become the monkey's paw. It's actually an Egyptian stone. So I'm going to call it a monkey's paw, though, because that's what I know it as. That crazy Wonder Woman keeps getting in the way of him and world domination. So wouldn't you just think that at any given time, he could just blink her out of existence? Some of you are going to say,
but yeah, Uni, he's got to go and then, he has to have somebody else make the wish if he wants to do that, and wouldn't that be hard?
He tricks everybody into making wishes. All he's got to do is go up to Kristen Wiig and say, hey, that Wonder Woman sucks, huh? You bet you wish she wasn't here. That's what he did to everybody else. Doink! Problem solved. Doesn't happen. I could go on for an hour describing more plot holes, and I probably will as we go, but let's move on to Pedro Pascal. If you don't know who Pedro is, I probably have put him up on the screen by now, but just to make sure that I don't forget when I edit this, I think it actually works. Every time I'm filming a video, I can never get this thing to work. Okay, anyway, I think if you are gonna watch the movie, Pedro saves the movie. You may remember Pedro from Game of Thrones, where he fought the mountain and ended up getting his head bashed in. I forget the name of the character. I almost had it. It just left me. Martel. He was a Martel brother in Game of Thrones. See how that works? See how the memory works? And I'm getting old. And he was great in Game of Thrones. I remember saying he was one of my favorite characters, and I was mad that he only lasted one season. But either way, he does great in this movie. He embodies his character. I think he even got chubby. Did Pedro get chubby for this, or did he just get chubby? I think he got, he's pretty fit. He's like, one of those dudes that works out. So I think he got chubby for this. I think he took on a role here, and he was good. A lot of people say Kristen Wiig saved the film. I disagree. I don't know how you can like Kristen Wiig's acting, because she was just horrible. Though, some people all the reviews I've read and everything else, people disagree with me there, so you probably will too. Let's get on to why, though, the movie's really bad. The plot in general. 2.5 hours to tell this story with no real character development, too many action scenes drawn out, and then too many non-action scenes that just seem to never freaking end, which I know seems contradictory, but still, the problem, in my opinion, is the editing. You get all of this footage, and then the editors go in and take out what's meaningless. I'd love to see somebody re-edit this, and it might actually become a tolerable movie at 1 hour and 15 minutes, but no more. Well, let me give you a bit of a scene that happened that just was stupid. I don't even understand why. They steal an airplane. Wonder Woman steals an airplane from the Smithsonian, and they fly away. Nobody cares, by the way. It's not like the U.S. government's upset about this giant plane being stolen. They end up going, and as they're flying over the city with no radar, not being intercepted by any fighter jets, nobody cares. And it's all of a sudden nighttime in the 4th of July, and all these fireworks start going off, and dude's like, hey, you see all those fireworks over there? And Wonder Woman's like, yes, I do. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be romantic, yeah. And he flies through the grand finale on the 4th of July fireworks explosion. Those fireworks are bombs, my bro. They shoot bombs in the air, and they explode to make little fucking awesome, dangerous light shows. Why would you fly your airplane through there? Do you just not care about safety? You know you're not gonna die or something, right? I just thought it was a ridiculous scene. That's not all. Wonder Woman gets shot so many times, but ends up getting shot other times and actually being hurt while all the other times she gets shot and she's perfectly fine. She takes a bullet right into the heart, and there's a hole there, and she's a bleeding everywhere, but it don't matter because she's Wonder Woman. And if there was something else there that could make me understand it, I don't think I would have been so taken out of the movie. It has a 74% audience rating and a 65% reviewers rating, which, how does that happen? Typically, the shill media reviewing system, the people that shill for the media get it wrong, and they got it lower than the audience, and I don't get it. These reviews are the first ones you see when you load in, and I like them. Take a look. One of the worst superhero movies of all time. Super boring, no story, poor acting, no action, 2+ hours of mind-numbing dullness. Yes, I want my 2.5 hours back. The first hour has 10 minutes of story that has anything to do with the plot. Overall, with the exception of Kristen Wiig, it's the worst acting of everyone's career. I do not agree. Pedro had me convinced. He's good. Pedro's good. Not even close to the first one. Disappointing. Started watching 1984. Finished watching Supergirl. What a big mess. Disappointing. Too campy. Lost interest very soon. Lazy storytelling. Confusing narrative. Let's talk about the confusing narrative. I already told you how if he can make wishes, why doesn't he wish Wonder Girl out of existence? Though at the end of the movie, oh damn, if you're gonna watch it, just wait till you get to the end.
Spoilers ahead. You're spoiling my movie. You asshole.
I told you I'm spoiling it. I said spoilers. I gave you every reason to click out. At the end of the movie, for some reason, Pedro, and I'm using the actor's name. He wants to get everybody in the world, so he broadcasts himself on television. Every channel, everywhere, he broadcasts himself out, right? And he's trying to get everybody to make a wish, and he's gonna give everybody their wish, which I don't even understand how that makes sense to what he's doing. I don't know why Pedro did that. You'd think he would have just wished everything to be perfect for him to live forever as the ruler of the world, or impressively rich dude. He just throws it all away. It's almost like he just went crazy and lost his mind or something. But he wants everyone to make a wish, so they all start,
I wish you died.
So these two people get in a fight, right?
I wish you died.
Well, I wish you Irishmen would get sent back to where you're from. The police pull up, start arresting all the Irishmen. The lady falls over having a heart attack.
I wish I was famous.
Everybody starts wanting the picture with this lady.
I wish I had $1 million.
All of a sudden, this lady's rich. Wonder Woman somehow ends up taking over the broadcast system, or uses her whip of truth, or whatever the fuck it is, and she's like,
you guys don't want your wishes. Everything must be cool.
And all of a sudden, everything's back to normal. Because here's the biggest shithole of the whole damn thing. You can undo your wish just by saying, undo my wish. So it doesn't function as a monkey's paw, like I said in the beginning, because the monkey's paw actually affects the story. If somebody wishes to be rich by the monkey's paw, then typically they have to make this giant sacrifice that has something to do with their money, so they learn their lesson. That's what the monkey's paw does. If somebody wishes to, I don't know, the monkey's paw ends up fucking you over through your wish in a very creative way. In this show, the monkey's paw does it permanently. It's a permanent, consequence. In this show, all you got to do is say, I denounce my wish, and then everything goes back to normal. I'm not playing. I denounce my wish, and then everything goes back to normal. So when Wonder Woman wished to have her husband come back to life, it started to take away her powers because the monkey's paw was screwing her over and taking away her powers. She had to wish away bringing him back to life to get all of her powers back and go stop the dude. Well, at the end of the movie, the villain says, I renounce my wish. He just renounces his wish, everything goes back to normal, and he runs off the island. And I mean, it's the stupidest looking run you've ever seen. He doesn't even, it's worse than the Naruto run. I wish he would have Naruto run, and then I would have been a little happier about this. So he's rushing out, running back to his kid. Somehow he runs off this island, and he doesn't have wishes anymore. Remember, he unwished having wishes, and then appears to where his kid was, like in DC, in Washington, DC, and he just magically appears there with his kid and hugs him and everything. It's the stupidest ending I've ever seen. I said to myself, so none of this even happened? It all got undone? Why did I watch this in the first place? I'm sorry, I know that was a rant. I had to get that out, man. I had to get it out. The hopeful theme of the first film is lost here. A huge letdown compared to the first movie. It was funny. and had action, yet I felt it could have been better, especially for a long movie. You're dumb, David. Go find something else to do. You dumb. Can't talk. Film's plot and structure fall apart through the entirety of the movie. Starts out with some promising moments, but in the end, all characters, including Wonder Woman, end up being utterly terribly written. Yes, it is. What do I give this movie in the end? I would have given it a 2 out of 10, but because Pedro was so good, in my opinion, and I like him as an actor so much, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10, just for Pedro, just for his performance, honestly. And in the scenes he's in, I liked watching it, but when he wasn't in, everything was just meaningless and shitty. So, just wanted to give my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace. See you in the next one.